Hello, this is Tom Zeppenveld from Opheelion, and I'd like to show you how with our Prologram Neo4j browser we can now, using our virtual nodes and relationships, visualize the similarity between a collection of nodes and more specifically among different diagrams. In Prologram we have the possibility to store diagrams that are fixed collections of nodes in a certain layout. For instance, for displaying a certain logic, or the way functions are related to each other, or perhaps other types of more organic diagrams of projects. What I wanted to know is, among all the diagrams that we have now, which one are really similar in the sense that they contain the same nodes. And to do that, I wrote a cipher query that calculates a diagram similarity based on the number of nodes that they have in common. If I run that query, you have every time two diagrams are compared. This is diagram with 23 nodes, and this is another diagram also with 23 nodes, and they have 23 nodes in common, so they have the identical set of nodes. When I scroll down, I get situations where I have one diagram with 14 nodes and another diagram with 12 nodes, and they have 12 nodes in common, so one is included in the other. And you can also have a situation where they all partially overlap, but both of them have their own nodes. This is one way of displaying it. When you visualize it with the network as a diagram, then it gets quite interesting. I have here a set of nodes. Each node represents a diagram with the number of nodes, and these are all the diagrams that have among them some overlap. Well, what is that? How does that query look like? I have basically the same query as I have in the for the table view, but now I return the results as virtual nodes. This is the starting node, this is the relationship, and here I have the target node. It calculates, say, the identical inclusion or overlap text, but also an integer value that allows me to filter the relationships. So I have the 1 that corresponds to identical diagrams. I have a relationship with a value 2 for the type int property for the inclusion, and the 3 that there is just a simple overlap. I have the possibility in my diagram view to apply filters. So in this case I've only shown nodes, but when I switch on the also include the relationships for type int equal 1, so that are the identical diagrams, immediately they show up like this. So I can also, these are diagrams that are identical. As you can see, they have 5 nodes, each of them, and I can also look at the inclusion type. So then, for instance, if you look here, I have one diagram with 16 and 10 and 10, and perhaps they are identical. I can say that, okay, yes, they are identical if I switch it on. I can also select just the diagrams based on a certain score. So, and these are all the diagrams that have more than 50% overlap. So You can apply this to diagram, but of course also to set some documents and all kinds of other interesting stuff. Well, this was what I wanted to share with you rapidly. Thank you for watching.